All right, so welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to another video. This is your host, the Lawn Amateur. So we're gonna kick off the 2022 lawn care season the right way. I'm gonna show you guys my backyard. I'm gonna show you guys my front yard. I'm gonna show you everything I'm dealing with. And you know, it's not to no surprise that the lawn is gonna be a little beat up from the winter season and all of that. We're not worried about that. If we're already prepared for the upcoming season and how we've been maintaining our yards for the last couple seasons, this is going to be a walk in the park. So hope you guys had a great 2021. So we're going to get this yard prepped up for the 2022. If you're going to follow with me and you're going to follow along, this is what we should be doing. If you already got a plan and you're just kicking back watching the videos, then I enjoy you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning into the videos every week. But right now, I don't want to do too much talking. I want to show you guys the yard. I know that's what you're here for. And let's go ahead and kick this thing off the right way. So stay tuned. All right, so let's take a walk in the lawn. So if you guys are new here, this lawn has been renovated, fully renovated. This is going on its third season. I did a full renovation process on this grass. I had it down to the bare dirt, and I planted this grass from seed. If you're looking at it now, you're probably looking at it and saying, wow, that yard looks terrible. But we're coming straight out of the winter months. About 3 weeks ago, I had some snow left over from the last little snowstorm that we had, like icy winter mix. I live in Connecticut, so if you guys live on that northeast, you know how it is with the winters. You can get some brutal winters, and this yard actually took a beating. So if you're looking at it and it looks kind of bad right now, don't worry about it. That's a normal process. It is going to bounce back, and it is actually trying to bounce back right now. The grass is greening up. About 2 days ago when I came out here and I did a yard cleanup, the grass was very brown. So the last couple of days has been very nice. About today has actually been a high of 65 degrees. It's been in the mid 50s. So the soil's warming up. The grass is starting to change. It's starting to green up. So don't worry about it. If you're on the northeast, if you're in that area, you know how it is. This is normal. So let's get to step number one. So step number one, like I was saying, I came out here 2 days ago and I did a yard cleanup. I removed any little twigs, branches, leaves, anything of that nature that's gonna mess up your yard and keep your yard the grass smothered out, because the big clumps of wet leaves will smother out your grass. So you want to go ahead and take this time right now and remove all of that debris, anything in the yard that you don't want there. Get it out of there now. That's the perfect time. This is the perfect time to do it. So as you guys can see, take a look at that picture. Yeah, it's about 8 bags. So I was out here working. Now to step number 2. Now that you got all of the debris, trees and all that stuff removed out of your yard, the step number 2, now you want to take this time to walk your yard and actually look at your yard and see what areas that you need to fix. Like this area right here, I know I'm gonna need to fix this area right here because it's thinning out. And when I was raking, I raked a little bit too hard, and I was pulling out the grass. That's what you gotta watch out for. If you're out here raking, make sure you're doing it gently, because the root systems are not developed fully yet. So you will pull out some patches of grass, but some grass is gonna come out because some grass is dead already. So that's normal. But now that's on step number 2. You wanna make sure you go ahead and identify any thinning spots in your yard that need to be taken care of, because you want to make sure you have the right amount of time if you're going to go ahead and overseed the yard before the summer months hit, because you ain't going to be able to grow grass in the summer. You will be able to probably fix a patch in the summer, but if you're doing a whole full yard, it's going to be very difficult to do that in the summer. So you want to make sure you identify that in early spring, and if you're going to overseed, you overseed now, so then you have the right amount of time for that root system to fully develop going into that summer month. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. I got some patches here, like I said, this back wall here, I'm definitely going to overseed. So now that I know that, we're 2 days from spring. So in 2 days, it will be officially spring. So I want to come out here and make sure I do that now, take care of that. Number 3, If you don't need to remove any debris, if your yard is looking good and you don't need to do any seeding, then the third step is you want to make sure you identify to see if you have any weeds. Now, that's another important part, because as the soil starts to warm up and start to hit that 50-degree temperature, you have weeds starting to develop. Now, if you put down a post-emergent last fall, it's time to hit a pre-emergent on your yard right now, because that post-emergent probably don't wore off. Post-emergence probably lasts maybe 4 to 5 months. So this is the perfect time to go ahead and get your pre-emergent down. Now, me personally, I'm not going to put down a pre-emergent because I'm going to be seeding. So if I put down a pre-emergent, that's going to fight off the actual seeds that I'm going to be planting. So you had another way to fight off weeds and to seed. I'm going to show you that in a couple videos. So, but as you guys can see here, if you're going to go ahead and follow this routine that I'm going to be doing this season, if you're going to be following me, then you want to make sure you're going ahead and getting a jump start on what I just mentioned. So this is the backyard. So let's go take a look at the front yard. All right, so as you guys can see, now we're up front. This is the front yard. So the front yard looks a whole lot better than the backyard. If you guys remember, I did the borders last year also, but the front yard is still in that dormant stage. The backyard is a lot greener than the front because the backyard gets a lot more sunlight. So, but as you can see, the front yard is not really patchy or anything of that nature, and that's just because the backyard got all the trees and all the leaves and stuff like that. The front yard don't really have a big tree, so I don't have to deal with too many leaves up here. So it was kind of an easy fix to get the leaves up. But as you see, I do have to fix a little bit of the edge up here, so I'm gonna do a little overseeding right there. But for the most part, the front yard looks good. Just waiting for it to green up. So like I said to you before, step number 1, you want to go ahead and make sure you remove all debris. Step number 2, you want to identify any bare spots, thin spots, any spots that need to be corrected. So you can do that now in a timely manner and have enough time for the summertime before so the roots can develop before summertime. And then step number 3, if you're not dealing with a bare spot or any debris cleanup, you want to go ahead and make sure you get down a pre-emergent to fight off weeds. Because check it out. So I got a little thermometer here. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and let's test this up. Let's so you guys can see what I'm talking about. See it close up. And this is a little basic thermometer that I bought at Walmart. It was about 50 cents. But as you can see, the soil temp right here is 55 degrees. So as your soil starts to heat up and warm up, the roots are starting to develop. So as you see, I got some green growth in here with the brown. So some of the yard is starting to change and starting to come out of summer, winter dormancy. Keep saying summer, I'm ready for summertime. But as you can see, most of the yard is brown, but you got some green popping up through it because the temperature of the soil is 55 degrees. So if your yard is not protected, you will start to see weeds germinate, because at the same time the grass is the roots are starting to develop. Because right now when you see the green popping up, that's the grass, the roots are developing underneath the soil. But at the same time, if your grass and soil is not protected, that's when weeds are also germinating. So you can't see the weeds, but one day you're gonna come outside and boom, you'll see a big clump of crabgrass or nutsedge, anything of that nature. So you want to make sure you go ahead and handle that now if you haven't put down a pre-emergent. Some people put down their pre-emergent maybe like late February. I don't necessarily agree with that, because sometimes you still get those like in the Northeast here, you're gonna get snowstorms all the way up until early March. Like I told you, I just came out of having like a wintry mix 3 weeks ago. So it wouldn't have made no sense for me to come out here and try to put down a pre-emergent now. This is the perfect time to get down your pre-emergent if you don't have to do any seeding or yard cleanup, or if you do yard cleanup and all of that and everything looks good, then you want to go ahead and get down a pre-emergent now to fight off weeds. So let's go right back to the backyard and let's wrap this thing up. All right, so now that we're back in the backyard here, I want to show you the temperature of the soil back here, just so we'll see if we're a little bit consistent, because the front yard was about 55 degrees, and yep, backyard about 54-55 degrees also. So it's pretty consistent. So the soil temps, now that we know, we did the little temperature check, the soil's temperature is above that 50-degree mark. So that means weeds, if your yard is not protected, weeds are germinating. So as long as your grass is starting to come out of that winter dormancy, you definitely got some weed seeds down in there ready to germinate and ready to pop up at any moment. Weeds pop up and germinate very quickly. I can go in the house and come back out in 2 days and I'll have a weed plant ready, sitting up, popped up out of nowhere, faster than the grass. So that's what you want to handle. You want to tackle that right now. So if your yard is unprotected, if you already did a yard cleanup, you don't have to do any bare spot treatment, then you can go ahead and you can put down a pre-emergent of your choice. You can go to one of the big box stores. It's very simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. You don't have to go ahead and order $100-$200 worth of product just to fight off weeds. A lot of people, promote a lot of stuff like that. No, a lot of my stuff comes either from one of the big box stores, that's Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, or I order off Amazon and gets to my door the next day. So simple, very basic information there. Like I said, lawn care doesn't have to be very, very complicated or you overthinking anything. You don't have to do any of that. Lawn care is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be proud of the work you do, and you're not supposed to be trying to spin and break your bank just to have a green yard. It doesn't take all of that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, lawn care is supposed to be fun, not complicated. You don't have to break the bank to have a nice yard. Just a little bit of time, a little bit of consistency and effort. That's all it takes. And I promise you, you will be happy with the results if you do it yourself, if you're capable of doing it yourself. Now, if you're not capable and you have to have like a lawn service come in and maintain your yard, then that's fine also. But this right here is just for people that want to maintain their yards, keep it cost friendly, and have fun while you're doing it. So if you're new here, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys will take time out to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna have a lot of fun this year, I promise. I'm gonna show you some new things. I'm gonna do a lot of new things. I'm trying to get my yard back up to speed. As you guys can see, it is popping in nice. It's just gonna take a little time. I'll say about 3 weeks, the yard will be popped in and I'll be probably getting my first mow. Maybe like 3 weeks, give or take. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.